And we are live.
Dun, dun, dun.
What's going on, Eric? How you
cracking?
doing?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm
doing outstanding.
It's
What
been
was you?
it's been another interesting day for me. We won't get too caught up in that. Hey, you know what this month is?
It's
PTSD. That was last month. Mental health awareness. This month is PTSD awareness month.
Awareness was last month.
Yeah. So let's stick with last month. All right, buddy.
PTSD,
which goes hand in hand with everybody we talk to and everything we talk to.
100%.
Absolutely. So,
and I always say it's okay not to be okay. Just know that you're not okay.
Well, and the other thing is, if you're somebody that maybe isn't having those types of feelings, or you don't know that you're bothered by it, be present for somebody else, because by being present for somebody else, then they understand somebody's there for them, right?
Remember, PTSD does not mean you're crazy.
No.
This means ask us, send us some email, a text message, carrier pigeon,
give us a call,
or even the old U.S. post office.
So with that, Eric, before we get too far, let's start with our intro.
Let's do it.
Let's go, Scotty.
Let's go, Scotty.
Times and places, they may change, but one thing stays the same. The stories that they tell about going through hell. If you think they wouldn't do it all over again, well, you just don't know them. The memories that they own of the ones who didn't make it home, yeah, sure do miss them, but they keep them all living in the stories that they tell.
God,
all right.
Dang it, every single time.
I can listen to that over and over and over and over.
I would like to see it in a jukebox.
I'm a little worried about the green room, though. I just looked at the green room, and hopefully we're not having issues.
Little technical difficulties, bro.
But we'll find out in a minute. So it's PTSD awareness month, right?
Yep.
So big thing, just stay present with everybody. Make sure you're listening. If somebody needs help, be there for them.
For sure.
Just be an ear.
And if you do need help, I want to give you some information.
Okay.
www.ncptsd.org.
Okay.
It's the National Center for PTSD. 802-296-6300. Easy back.
I know he's going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So
we'll make it happen.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So with that, we're talking PTSD. Doesn't mean he has it, but I am excited because we've had one other Marine, and that was kind of on a side interview.
Yeah, like
so
I literally kind of stumbled across it.
Yeah, and you know me, like my dad was a Marine, so Marines, they kind of pull at my heartstrings, and they do have the coolest dress uniform there is, especially with that sword, and he's in the green room flexing. If he still fits in his.
I'm sure it wouldn't take very long if it doesn't.
So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce. Hold on, real quick.
Wait,
I do want to.
I think someone's at the door.
Well, hold on.
We'll bring him in.
No.
I'm not doing
yet. So I do. Rachel, thank you. That is so true. Please remember, not all wounds show up on X-ray.
Yes.
Rachel, I gotta
Rachel
call that.
Marchbanks.
That's beautiful, Rachel. Thank you. Our guest a couple weeks ago.
Absolutely.
Rachel Marchbanks. Amazing human being.
Yes.
Project Hope. Watch out for her. There's big things to come. So
off the top of his
head. Our guest, Marine Corps. He's younger than some of our other guests, which is all right. It's all right. And I'm excited to bring him on because he's a hometown guy for us, for me. And he's close to my family, growing up. So none other than Mr. Garrett Davis.
Yes. What up, Garrett?
What's up, guys? How are you?
Good. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Excited
Pretty
to come
good.
on. This is pretty cool. Never done this one before, so
No,
excited.
right on.
Yeah,
man.
and what's cool is like as people comment, we can bring it up, and so you'll kind of hear us like say something. We'll just cut you off randomly, whatever. No, I'm just
No, that's me. Mike's actually a really good interviewer.
Yeah.
I'm literally here for the countdown to start the show, a couple laughs here and there, and a scroll segment, which will take us offline and
exactly.
round up. We'll go from the first. We'll do question 1, 2, and then 7.
Yeah,
So,
that's the way it'll work. We'll go to when you came back to life again as a new person. Yeah, it's all good.
This guy.
So, Mr. Garrett Davis, I already said you're in the Marines, so I kind of skipped ahead with that. So, you grew up in Hughson, right? Houston,
did.
California.
Yeah, Houston. I couldn't tell you how many times.
Houston.
Yeah,
No.
especially you being in Oklahoma now, right? Everybody's like, "Oh, you grew up in Houston?"
No, I really don't tell very many people I grew up in California over here.
No, I'd keep that close.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't eliminate it, but I'd keep it.
It's not so prideful anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
I get it.
Yeah.
So, for those of you that don't know, Hughson is a little tiny town in the middle of California, and we are more like in Oklahoma in our area versus the rest of the state. So, you grew up. Where we met you was playing football, right, at high school, and then you helping your dad coach t-ball. And I'll never forget Jasmine. Of all my kids, Jasmine being on that team was hilarious because I remember you and your dad were going fishing, and your dad literally came up to the plate every time. Phew, phew, phew. All right, get the tee out because you guys were in a hurry to go fishing. So it was like we're just watching. Yeah. We're like, they're lucky we like them because what the hell?
Yeah, we caught a lot of fish that day. Fortunately,
I bet you did.
That's a good answer. Good answer there.
So, so Garrett, what was it like going to Houston High and playing football?
Man, it was cool. I remember, my freshman year got hurt, messed up my collarbone. I was pretty accident prone my entire high school career in sports. Oh yeah.
What? Is it because you played with reckless abandon?
Yeah, just throwing caution to the wind, getting after it,
Right.
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough,
Well,
so
and we'll just throw it out there. Do you remember your record your senior season?
Oh yeah, we were 1-9.
I'll never forget it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only reason I'm asking, I got a guest here.
Yo.
Dad.
What's up, Cody?
What's up, Cody? How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
I figured it'd be a little fun to have, we talk about a little bit of football for a second, keep it moving along. Cody was in the background putting up the 1 for the 1-9 season. So
just remember your senior year, Cody.
4-6.
Yeah.
It's a lot better.
Hey, Garrett, you want to hear a terrible stat? Until last year with Aiden, because they actually finished 7-3. I never had a varsity boy finish football over 4-6 because Cameron both his years finished 4-6.
Wow.
Yeah. So Aiden actually finished at 7-3, and yeah. So it's I get it. It hurts the heart with all that, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So you miss people like Cody, Garrett?
Yeah, of course.
No, I'm just kidding.
I miss a lot of California, friends and family.
Right.
It's been a little bit of a adjustment, but happily married and good everything, so like that. So I did, like, sometimes we have a slideshow, and I found the picture. There's a picture of you and Cody your senior year in your football uniform. Yeah, I didn't do it all because I would have just bothered everybody, and I could have just talked forever and never let it go. But I do remember in the highlight film that you made us, I was the only one with the rewind. That one was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I clobbered a guy.
You
running the wrong way, and he had his like this. And it was bad.
I did have to rewind. That was a replay worthy. Yeah, I think it was the Hillmark kid.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was one of my friend's cousins.
Uh-oh. So did
It's
you get
Jose
in trouble?
Lopez's cousin.
It was Jose Lopez, one of my buddies, his cousin. He was like, dude, that was my cousin. And I was like, hey,
shouldn't have been standing there.
Yeah. Shouldn't have been wearing that green and white.
I'm telling you. Well, it's funny too, is my junior year, it was never really the doctor said it was one of the worst high ankle sprains he's ever seen. And it was on kickoff my junior year. And that was the first time Mike Thomas was my coach since freshman year to JV, moved up to varsity. That was the first time he ever put me as not starting, and I took that personal. So Coach Thomas, if you're hearing that, I took that personal, and then I don't know what happened. I completely destroyed my ankle. Actually, a guy came up behind me and stepped on it, and it got pretty wild. But
That's crazy.
I was out for like 2 or 3 games and then came back, and then I actually still have problems with that ankle to this day. So
well, and who was like, I know Cody, you had the calf that year, and then Garrett, you had something. I remember you had to go off the sideline.
He popped his shoulder out one time.
Yeah. Was it your senior year?
Yeah, that was senior year for me at practice. Beginning of senior year, Jose Lopez, the other linebacker guy, he had a spider bite on his ankle and was out the first game, and he was so irritated and ticked off. I remember that. He was irritated because I don't remember if it was Waterford. No, we lost to Waterford.
No, it was later. It was at home though.
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember what it was, but
but it was definitely later. Well, I just thought it'd be fun to bring Cody on for a minute and reminisce about some football. And Cody, your house is so quiet; it's crazy. Did you lock Kate up?
Yeah, no, I locked myself up.
No, did you?
Yeah,
dude, he's learning that.
Garrett, his almost 2-year-old Kate is as loud can be. Everybody's got to hear him. So
awesome.
Yeah. But I wanted to bring Cody on for a minute and say what's up and surprise you with a little hometown stuff. Right?
Yeah. We Snapchat every once in a while. It'd be cool if you return that snaps, but all right.
Wow. See, shots fired already.
He wants me to move to Oklahoma.
Well, hey, we get that RV. That's a doable thing. Yeah, exactly. We can go visit you. All right, Cody. I told you to be short, but I wanted to bring you on.
Like he said, like 7 words.
Yeah. Oh,
usually it's talkative.
I know. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
See, I do want to tell one quick story about football. One time, Garrett was chasing this guy, and I'm like right behind him, and the guy does a cutback, and he completely decleated Clayton Highfield, and somehow talked him into it being his fault that he got decleated. I've never seen someone apologize for getting decleated. That is one of my favorite football memories of Garrett Davis.
Besides all the locker room stuff that I heard about.
Oh yeah, it happens in the locker room, stays in the locker room.
Yeah, I know.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, because his mom could be listening or something. We don't want her.
Yeah, or his wife,
or his wife. Yeah, or his sisters. You know who else? Yeah, that's funny, Clayton. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I cut back and you knocked me on my butt.
Yeah.
Anyone can catch smoke at any time.
Oh man,
that is awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right,
good seeing you, Cody.
All right, Cody.
Take it easy. Bye.
I'll talk to you later, Cody.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Eric
Mello, love you.
Love you, Cody. My head's all jacked up.
All right, Garrett. So we finished up high school.
Yep.
What do we do after high school?
Man, I actually went to work for Maggie Gaylord's dad, Ted.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
At his dairy and feedlot in Orchards. J&T. Well, I don't know, but I worked there on the dairy for a couple months, Monday through Saturday, from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Right.
So
nice little short hours. All right.
Yeah, 6/12s, and I was coming to the end of high school. I was like, I'm kind of doing this, kind of doing that. I'm not really sure. And then one day I was sitting there and I was like, man, it's time to go to the Marine Corps.
So what made you choose the Marine Corps?
So obviously, I think know of my Papa Peters,
Yeah,
Gary Peters.
I do.
And he was in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
And then my cousin Tim Davis was in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
And my one great grandpa Sneed was in the Marine Corps.
Oh, okay.
And, in my family, I have a lot of service members and stuff. And it was just like, me and Tim were really close, are really close. Me and my papa are really close, Right. And there's a little bit of a, I don't know if I would say obligation, but just like.
That was the direction.
Yeah. And my cousin Tim actually got shot when I was still in high school. Yeah. He was in Afghanistan. He received a Purple Heart. He got shot in his right bicep. And it was pretty crazy story.
Right.
And just felt really like, man, it's my turn and it's my time to go do this. So, and then when I went down to his boot camp graduation, I was just like,
you loved it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's kind of an amazing thing to watch. And I get that. So, so where was boot camp?
So before we go to boot camp, right? I'm working on the dairy and actually get very sick. Like I'm puking blood and blood's coming out of everywhere. It's crazy. Bad deal. And I go to the hospital. My mom takes me to the hospital and they think I have Crohn's disease.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was super scary. And I was just like, man, this is pretty serious. Well, when the doctor seen me, I guess, I don't know how it works, but the doctor got paperwork to the military or somehow, but the military found out that I got that sick and they thought I had Crohn's disease. Well, it took 5 or 6 letters to get back into, I guess you could say, the DEP program.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was serious. They kicked me out of the military. They gave me a separation letter, hey, you're not doing nothing, kick rocks. And I pretty much owe my entire Marine Corps career to my mom because my mom is pretty heavy set on if her kids or family want something, she's gonna do anything and everything that she can do.
She's moms, especially with all that coming before you, right? I mean, she was raised this is the world, and if my son's gonna do it, he's gonna do it.
Yeah. My mom's pretty awesome. My mom's intense too. So
no, your mom's not. She's a big teddy bear. She's nice as can be. I love your mom.
Me too. Because I honestly, I really do owe my mom a lot. So
yeah. What would you do if you could talk to her right now?
If I could talk to my mom right now, I would say, thank you.
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
How you doing, Stephanie?
I'm good. I'm doing pretty good.
And I didn't know how often you guys, I'm sure you talk all the time, but I didn't know how often or if you knew he'd be doing this or what
you can't do that.
He's trying to hide.
He didn't tell me. No.
Slacker.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
what was all that great stuff you were saying about your mom again?
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. Let's back up to the disease or the illness. Let's clarify. Garrett, why did you get sick?
I was working,
Lies.
I was just
because he was working in cow poop and eating his lunch without washing his hands.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. Lesson learned.
If it doesn't kill you.
Serious bacteria infection. He's very
man, Garrett. Well, you learned. Look at
wash your hands.
Yeah, wash your. That's a great lesson on washing your hands.
It was. I think
folks, if you're going to the Marines, make sure you wash your hands before you eat.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So we apparently found out it's not Crohn's disease, and
no, he was eating poop and sandwiches. Basically.
100%.
So we got through it all. Mom helped you fight through it.
Yeah.
And how'd you get back in? Just a lot of going back and forth with doctors?
It wasn't me, Mike. All I did was just
sit back and mom fought the fight.
It was my mom and it was doctors. It was my mom's tenacity and like just sure, hey, my son wants this, you're gonna do this.
Sounds like Jamie fighting with the VA with my dad. It was like she was just nonstop.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So a dream got to come true, right? So then do we finally
nightmare?
Yeah, well, and that's what we're going to talk about because I definitely want your aspect of everything. So Garrett, you finally get to go to boot camp. Where do you do boot camp?
So I went to MCRD San Diego.
Okay. Hey, guess who else was there? My dad, but in 1965.
Yeah, it probably hasn't changed very much.
No, probably not.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah.
So, go to MCRD San Diego, which is awesome because I mean, there's a lot of history there. You know,
right?
Pretty awesome.
The weather's not crazy.
Yeah. So you want to know, like, so I'll just tell you. When I went in to pick my job, my MOS, my military occupation specialty, or whatever. My job.
Come on, you're supposed to. We're the rookies here.
Something like that. Whatever.
Look at Rachel. Rachel said your mom's awesome. We all need someone who knows in our corner.
Yeah,
so that's awesome. Thank you, Rachel. That's for sure. Yeah, way to fight, Stephanie.
So I go in, I pick my job, and I'm like, I don't care what my job is. So I sign a contract and I go open contract.
Oh.
So that was probably one of the dumbest things that anyone could ever do. There's so many variables in that, and like you could just get stuck with a terrible job.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have gone anyway. But
did you take the ASVAB and all that? And
yeah, that was. I didn't care. Mike, I was in high school.
Right. Well, I get it. We're going through it with Aiden right now, but he wants to go to the Air Force, so now he's like, I got to study because the math part. He took the practice one, and
the ACTs, the SATs didn't matter to me. All I cared about was just like walking and then going on to the next thing, which is ridiculous now thinking about it. Like I've thought about this multiple times. That's just a stupid way of thinking. Just being a dumb kid,
Garrett, remember though, your being colorblind took 2,200 jobs away from you.
Oh.
Yeah.
2,200.
There's something funny there. There's something funny there. The Marine Corps did not know I was colorblind until the end of my enlistment. Correct.
How'd you get around that one?
The lady.
Don't they test you up front for it?
Yeah. At MEPS, when you go and show your stuff to some 80-year-old dude,
right? He apparently couldn't see.
Well, this lady was standing there, super nice lady. I was just talking with her. I knew I was going to fail the colorblind of it, and I was just like, she's like, because they show it's like a piece of paper, it has numbers on it. It's like
the dots.
What number is this? Yeah, the dots.
Yeah.
And she was just like, that's 42. And I was like, okay, 42. And I was like, cool.
Thanks for the help.
Yeah, pretty much, And at this point in time, we're still at war,
Right.
They're pushing people through. They need bodies. It's like there's still a war. And I'm like, whatever, let's go, push me through. And I got through. So show up to boot camp. Boot camp was crazy. It was the physical part was, it was a good day's worth of, a good day at football practice.
Right.
Like you got worked over, you knew it, but you can handle it.
Right.
The difficult part was the mental portion. My drill instructors, I had a senior drill instructor, Staff Sergeant DeWeaver, drill instructor, Staff Sergeant Fair, drill instructor, Staff Sergeant Guzman, and then drill instructor Sergeant Acosta, who actually got kicked out of my cycle because he threw a rifle at a kid's face.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He, well, it wasn't like that. If Acosta, if you're listening, what are you going to do, bro? What's up?
Yeah.
No, he,
it's past.
I can tell that the stories have a little bit more to it.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, I got sick, and then, well, yeah, because you're eating your sandwiches with fingernails. Probably had,
That's
there's a little bit more to these stories.
Were you the kid?
No. No, God, no. So he was actually, there was a recruit running past him, and the recruit was holding his rifle at, I guess it's port arms, just like this.
Right.
And Acosta went like this, because you're not supposed to get close to a drill instructor.
Right.
The drill instructor gets close to you, and he just went like this, and then the rifle hit this kid in the face, messed the kid's face all up. It was a big ordeal. He got MJP'd, busted down the corporal. He was a sergeant, and then he got kicked to the curb, and I really never even heard from the guy after.
Ouch.
Wow.
So,
Ouch.
Yeah.
So you had a fun boot camp.
Oh, it was wild. It was wild. I had Zach Hampton in my boot camp.
That's Zach Hampton.
There we go, Zach Hampton.
Yeah.
Zach.
That's crazy that you would have somebody else from town.
Yeah. I mean, he was right
across
the way from me. And I mean, we were getting tortured, and I just look over at Zach. He starts smiling. And I start smiling, and then we're both on the.
And then you're in trouble.
Yeah. Get on the quarterdeck. That way. The quarterdeck is where you go to get physically
corrected.
Yeah. So, push-ups, sit-ups.
Look at square table.
What's that?
I was recycled in my boot camp and tech school.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, the boxer.
Oh, yeah. Riddick Bowe was in the Marines for like 2 weeks. He couldn't handle it.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's crazy. So what was your MOS? What did it end up being?
So get out. We'll get to it. So get out of boot camp. Then you go to SMCT, SOI, School of Infantry.
Okay.
And then after that, then your infantry Marines go to they have 3 months of School of Infantry, and the non-infantry support Marines go to their schooling where they get trained to go. So we're standing there. It's like 3:30 in the morning. We just finished this machine gun course, and they're like, Davis, 1345. And I was like, sweet, 1345. They're like, you're an engineer. And I was just like, oh, okay. What's that? And they were like, shut up, go to bed. And I was like, so the next morning I found out that I was going to Fort Leonard Wood to be a heavy equipment operator. I was like, okay, sweet. I was like, man, I'm going to be, driving, bobcats and loaders and bulldozers and stuff. And I won't have to hike, and it'd be super chill. It's just like working a construction job,
So square tables, did you go out and find mines?
So
1345.
The 1345. That's
I think 12 is a different
equipment operator.
Okay.
So some units have that capabilities, and my unit was a support logistics battalion support. So
okay,
we had those capabilities, but we never went out to go search for mines. No.
Okay.
But, whenever so I'm in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Crazy. That place is terrible.
A lot different.
Yeah, place is terrible. Then from there, I remember actually texting my mom, and I was like, hey, I found out my duty station today where I'm going to be stationed, like, normal everyday work. And did I say Antarctica or did I say Australia, Mom?
You told me Japan.
Japan, yeah. Yeah, I said something stupid.
The old Okinawa.
Obviously, there's Marine Corps bases in Japan,
Oh yeah, my dad and uncle were in Okinawa.
Yeah, so she was heartbroken, and me kind of.
And then you broke it out, because I think I know where you went.
Yeah. So I was just kind of being a dick, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to Okinawa, and this and that, and I started texting her pictures of Okinawa and Japan and this and that. And I actually snuck home on leave before my duty station. Yeah.
For Mother's Day.
For Mother's Day. Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Sorry. Well, I did something.
Phone call.
Nobody ever calls me, but of course right now.
Right now. It's
my
all
kid's
good.
here, so.
All good.
And then I actually got stationed in Marine Corps Base, Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's rough. I know. I remember hearing about that. I was like, well, that's, because we loved Garrett. Like, Garrett was awesome. To hear he's going to Hawaii, we're like, oh, well, at least he'll be somewhat safe.
Yeah.
The only bad person is probably himself at that point.
Oh, for sure.
Believe it or not, Mike, there's some.
Or not. No.
There's some locals in Hawaii. The local population does not like the haoles.
I've heard that actually. So
we had a
mainlanders and the military are not very welcome.
No.
Yeah.
If you go out in town, you better go with 4 or 5 of them because with your buddies, because if you're probably going to get jumped.
So
there was a lot of fighting.
You? No.
So I can't go to Hawaii?
No, not me, just my friends.
Yeah, just my friends. So let's take a step back because I want, I brought Mom on because obviously I've known you guys and a long time exactly, and see all your posts and know a lot about your family. How did you feel when he said, "I'm going to the Marines"?
I knew it was coming. Garrett has been infatuated with the uniform since he was 3 years old.
I am too, so I get that.
I thought it was going to be more police officer,
right?
But it didn't shock me. I actually signed to let him go early.
Oh, did you?
I did.
So during high school?
May before he graduated. May. Well, they graduated in May, but so we signed maybe May 1st.
I was still 17 when I graduated.
It was before he was 18.
Yeah. So that's why
I knew. Why fight it?
Yeah, well, it's I'll tell you, like, obviously I have the globe, the eagle, and the anchor on the back of my calf from my dad, right? And we're proud Marines, but my son, Aiden's going hopefully Air Force, so
it's gonna be, that's awesome. If I could do it again, that'd be something I would, now knowing what I know now, that'd be something in the cards,
Right.
Still proud of me. I love my Marine Corps, it's awesome.
Well, and I'll always love and respect the Marine Corps, and it's definitely in my heart. Actually, a little bit after this, I want to read, if you don't mind, something that we found of my dad's that says, "What is a Marine?" And this is from Vietnam era, so you'll have to, hopefully you let me read it out because it's pretty funny.
He's been holding on to this for about 7 weeks.
I've been holding on to this for this show, like
this specific
because
show.
You can understand it. I know your mom can understand it. Like, I hope the people, once I get to read it, people don't get offended, but this is about you.
I mean,
I just wanted to read the "What is a Marine?" because some of it, knowing you, I laugh, and it's pretty funny, even though you got to remember this is Vietnam era, so it's a little different, right?
Okay, I got you.
So Stephanie, you fought, because you said he's gonna go, and then we got through the sickness. What did you think when he said he was going to Okinawa? Look at, you got a little peeker behind you.
Little sister's in there.
I see you, Samantha.
Savannah.
Sorry. I don't know why Samantha's in my head. I don't know. Sorry.
Okinawa was the least, obviously, because it was supposed to be, his first choice was Pendleton, and then Hawaii, and then they only got 2 choices, and I was crushed. I was a mess.
Right.
Because that's a long ways to go. There's no way I could hop on a plane and go to Okinawa. There's just no way.
No, it's a lot harder to get to than.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't want him, to be quite frank, I didn't want him, over there in a foreign country, at least in Hawaii, or, he could be remotely safe. I mean,
right.
Until deployment, of course.
Well, and this is always going to make you feel better. Like with square table, Marines can party until 4 a.m. and
There you
then
go.
be at formation at 6:30.
We can party till 04, and then we're running a 10 mile at 05, and then 6:30 we're in formation.
Yeah, I remember hearing stories of that too. Of like Marines can party all night long and then still be ready for the next day.
Oh yeah,
I recall 4 Marines passing out in my hotel room while Mama was still going. So I don't know.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, slackers.
There it is.
We used to have families waiting for weeks in on passenger terminal to get space of flights to Germany and Japan. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so Mom, then he, finally found out he's Hawaii. Feel a little bit better at that point.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah. I mean, Mike,
he was MIA though. He was completely trying to disconnect. He didn't call me. He wasn't in contact. I didn't hear from him for months at a time when he first got to Hawaii. He's a mama's boy, whether he wants to admit it or not. And so that was a hard pill for me to swallow. I think he was just trying to, put the space in between us. I'm a man, but I'm a mama's boy,
It wasn't that. It was pretty hard, going from, seeing daily family every day, 100% easy. Like, all I got to do is open my door. Hey, Mom.
Right.
Meatloaf. You know what I'm saying?
Mom.
Yeah.
Mom.
Right.
Going from that to, having, them not being there,
Right.
It was hard, man. I was thinking 18 years old.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of buddies, that were, the only reason why we were buddies is because we were roommates, and I'm just like, we got guys in the platoon that, they're good dudes and everything. Now that I know them, but I didn't know them from anyone. And I was just like, man, this kind of sucks,
Yeah, you just get thrown into it. You don't,
and
you don't get to pick anybody.
Go pick a roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm like, this is, and it was making an effort to call people was like, it was hard for me to do that. It was hard, So I got through that, I guess I was just feeling sorry for myself or something. I really don't know why that happened. It was just, there was a lot going on, and
like you said, you're 18 years old.
You didn't know how to process it all.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Obviously, looking back at it, you're like, man, I wish I did this, or I wish I did that. Obviously, call more.
Yeah,
I'm sure Mom wanted that.
Yeah, like should have been calling multiple times a week.
Right.
Out with everything, and now, then I start venturing out. One guy gets a vehicle, another guy gets a vehicle, and then we're like seeing Hawaii, and then making friends with a couple guys that are locals, takes us surfing, super cool. Monday through Friday, you got work, then, we're waking up at 05. We're in formation by 5:15 running, Monday was a terrible run. Tuesday, Wednesday was a terrible run. Oh. Thursday was a terrible run. And Friday was, every day was like, I was 200 pounds, 205, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a distance runner at all. Like, and we had guys that were training for marathons, and they're fast as cheetahs, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, we're going to run 12 miles today. And I'm like, oh!
Yeah, not my thing.
And me and my buddy Mark, we're pretty much the same size. And me and Mark were just, and my buddy Ronald Crespo. Love you, Ron. You call him not listening, but
he's awesome.
Yeah, we were struggling, man. It was hard. And then just, hung out in Hawaii for a couple of years. It was pretty cool.
So was that pretty much where you were the whole time?
No.
Did you?
I actually
went to Afghanistan.
It's where he was based. Was where he's based, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so you did go to Afghanistan, because I remember when you came home and you actually came over, we got to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So one day, like I see all this stuff, online, and I hear I've talked to my cousin Tim a little bit, me and Tim are super close, and I was just like, man, like I had really good leadership, small unit leadership. So like
Right.
my platoon sergeant, so like the guy that's directly in charge of me and down, my sergeants and below. I had staff NCO staff sergeants and gunnery sergeants and first sergeants. They're dickheads. They didn't care about anyone. They didn't care. They only cared about themselves. They were just there to further their career.
Right.
But I had awesome, sergeants that were just, I don't know if you've ever met anyone that you're just like, man, I would follow you into hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Like, I don't know. I had a really cool coach, I had really awesome coaches, and like I love every single coach I've had, but I've never met a dude that was,
you
8,
follow
10
him.
years. Yeah. Like without hesitation, like, just the Marine Corps, trait that you have, and just the small unit leadership was just awesome. And
well, it's put into you, buddy. It's put into you.
Yeah, for sure. And it was awesome. Like just the way that they taught you, but they were still like pretty rough on you. But at the end of the week, if they were coming through, hey man, what's up? Hey,
Right.
sorry, how you doing? Blah blah blah, yada yada. So it was cool. And then finally one day, my company gunny comes up, and he's just like, which one of you assholes want to go to Afghanistan?
I'm sure everybody raises their hand.
Yeah, I mean that's what you essentially join for as a young male,
Right.
I want to go kick ass and take names. What's up,
Right.
And so I got put in the mix of things, and it was pretty cool. And they were like, you're gonna go here and you're gonna do all this, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is cool. And then do a bunch of pre-deployment training, doing this, doing that, going here, getting all this equipment and gear, getting it all readied up. And
so
then,
you were going to do the heavy equipment?
yeah. So it pretty much like, my job, I'm going to go do my job
Okay.
in Afghanistan. So, and that's what we were prepping for. And super, I was good at my job, and I was ready to do it. And then we get into Afghanistan. So before that, telling my mom.
Yeah, that's that's why I had her join. I want to hear that part of it too.
Honestly, I was like dreading it.
Right. Well,
knowing
your mom.
My mom, I was dreading telling my dad, and I was just like, screw it, I'm just gonna tell him. So
right.
I don't even remember how I told you, but I know it was pretty rough.
Very rough.
Yeah.
Very rough.
Especially at that time, because Afghanistan was still pretty popping, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, I got lucky though, because the gentleman that recruited Garrett, Simon, what was his last name?
Reyes.
He was in Afghanistan at the same time Garrett was, so he was in contact with me the whole time. And then Travis from Hughson, and then Zach, they were all there at the same time.
Oh wow.
Zach,
I had a lot of.
Zach wasn't there.
Travis who?
Zach was there with you.
Travis Chittister.
Yeah, Travis.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Sergeant Reyes. He was in contact with me nonstop. He was awesome.
And was he by you, Garrett, or you didn't know, and he was just kind of watching out for you?
I was walking this way, and he was walking this way.
All right.
And I was like, hey, that's Reyes. What's good? And then my buddy Travis, he was actually, we were both walking this way, and we kind of crossed paths, and I looked up at him, and I was like, holy shit, man, what's up? Super crazy. Had no idea he was even there. It was wild. Never even really talked about, hey, we're going overseas, when are you?
Right.
Crazy.
Just running it. I mean, talk about a small world.
Yeah, right.
Houston to Afghanistan. That's
one of my really, me and Travis are really good friends. Even to this day, we're really good friends. And hey, you're in Afghanistan. What's up, dude? It was funny. It was really funny. So while I'm overseas, I spend the holiday season overseas.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's your first. Like your first true time really away from going, oh crap, I'm not at home anymore?
I mean, yeah.
Or you'd already been through that?
Yeah, I mean, a little. I've been through it a little bit.
Right.
Nothing this dramatic.
Right.
This was like,
because you were like 19 at this point, right?
Yeah, I'm like 19. Probably, man. I might be almost 20.
Right.
Almost.
No,
20,
you just turned 19.
Was I? Okay.
Mm-hmm. You turned 19 in October.
This is why we had to have your mom on to make sure you tell the story right.
Pretty much, right?
No. You're right. No. You didn't go the first year of 2012. You went 2013. He's right. He was almost 20. Or
All
just
right.
And cut.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll send that to you.
Yeah, because you're not going to get it.
Yeah. We got that sound clip for you, Garrett.
Right?
Saying mom was wrong.
You're right.
Saying you were right.
Yeah.
We'll hold on to that one.
Ringtone.
Yeah, I'm
A ringtone.
It was Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, and the Super Bowl. It was the Peyton Manning and
the Broncos. No, not the Broncos. That was the Colts.
Yeah, Peyton Manning on the Broncos and the Seahawks.
It was the Colts. It was the Colts because the Broncos was after my dad passed away because my dad was a huge Broncos fan and he never got to see them win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So it was the Colts.
Okay.
Wasn't it Colts and Bears or something?
No, it was Colts and Broncos.
Okay.
Broncos. Yeah, it was It had to have been.
Colts can't play the Broncos.
Yeah, Colts can't play the Broncos. But we'll go on.
Whatever. Yeah. So it was rough. I remember watching the Super Bowl on a 6x6 like screen, literally 6 inches by 6 inches at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, the Colts Bears was 2006. Yeah. Oh, it always helps to have listeners watching and giving us the right info.
Thanks.
So that's crazy because you always see these videos from the Super Bowl and all these things of all our servicemen and women watching the Super Bowl in these big rooms, and then now I find out you had to watch it on a 6x6. Come on.
It was like 2:30.
It's not even. It's like early in the morning.
Yeah. Like
it's like 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, no one wanted to wake up. We had to watch some football, man.
You were in Afghanistan in 2014 because I remember FaceTiming you at Amanda's. Taylor had just been born.
Yeah.
Taylor was born in January of 2014. So 2014 he spent most of in Afghanistan.
Really?
The first holiday season that he'd ever been away from the family. Yeah.
Wild.
Because up until that point, he was able to come home about every 5 or 6 months. So, yeah.
Bro, Garrett described the absolute horror of AFN crap during the commercial breaks.
Yeah.
What did you guys got a different view of the Super Bowl? I'm taking it.
Yeah. It was like we dang near had to like crank this TV, man. It was ridiculous.
Wow. Man, we're bamboozled because
Yeah,
we always get to see, look at our men and women in these big rooms watching the Super Bowl and they're cheering. And now I can just imagine you're like huddled around this little tiny screen and trying to keep people going.
You know what's crazy too, Mike?
See, the media's been lying to us forever.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. We won't get into that.
Yeah.
We won't get into that.
Okay.
Contagion effect.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna tell you that the big screens you see, that's for the Air Force.
Oh.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Tablecloth.
Marines, Army, everybody else.
Air Force, send me a check. What's up? I'm recruiting for you.
No, Aiden's at football already. So but all right. So how long were you in Afghanistan? Because we're already getting, man. See, you were worried about how long we were going to talk, and we're almost at our hour.
Yeah,
11,
crazy.
11 months. 11 months.
What? No.
Yes, sir.
No, it was.
Yes, sir.
It was 8. It was 8
Nope.
months.
The Air Force, see?
Yeah.
Air Force did have a
this
big
guy,
old big screen.
He's from Air Force. See, we did have a big screen actually, but the feed sucked.
Hey, no hate over here. You know,
look at U.S. Air Force problems. LOL.
They had the big screen, but a crappy feed.
Yeah,
that's great.
All right, so you were there 11 months.
I don't know. It seemed like months. 11 years.
Right. Well, I could imagine.
It did. It was it was cool, you know. I mean, you know, things happened, you know. It was
you opened my eyes when you kind of told me some of the stuff. I was like, what? Because you don't mince words, right? So you were very honest on some of the things you saw, and you know, compared to Hughson, that's some crazy stuff, right? So
yeah, it was
and then the sand, and
dude, the sand everywhere. Well, it was wild. It was wild. And then got back home, and back to Hawaii.
Right.
And then I got back home, and that was the first time I got to meet my niece.
Oh,
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
really cool. She was a couple months old.
Okay.
And then the first person I talked to when I get off the plane is my younger brother Titus. I walk up to him and I say,
little guy.
Yeah. So I have this boonie cover. It's hat, Marine Corps hat, boonie cover.
Right.
And I give it to him. I pull it out of my backpack. I'm like, hey, did you want something? And he goes, you know, he's young. He goes, yeah, I want a sandwich. And I'm like, I mean, there's pictures of me, and I'm like, Dad, seriously, what's up? You know, just feed the kid, you know?
Right.
And then, and then from there, you know, it was all, you know, hugs and tears and crying, and this. Now I was glad to be home, man.
Right.
It was a long time.
Yeah.
Long time, for sure. So I was excited to be home, and then got done with leave.
He taught me how to smuggle through the mail.
Yeah. Hey, wait, let's not say too much. We don't want to incriminate anybody.
No.
The government can't get me now. What's up?
Yeah, what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
No, sending care packages and stuff was pretty interesting. Had to get very creative.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there was things that they would not allow you to send. And I actually met a guy that had just gotten back from Afghanistan in the pet store, and he was giving me all these tips. So I was able to send them. I was able to send him like little shooters, you know, and just
that's cool.
I sent him his iPod, and I had to dig the deodorant out and then put it in there and then pack the deodorant in. So
that is awesome.
Straight
smuggling. Right?
Wow. That is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you learn how to pop the I learned how to I don't even care what.
For those of you listening, here's
don't do this at home. Don't try this at home. You learn to pop the lid off. So I'm trying to explain it. So you know how the 2 liters of the water bottles have the plastic things connected, and when you break it, it breaks the seal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So I learned how to pop everything off.
Without breaking the seal.
Right? And then I would put
and it's vodka.
Well,
or
half Coke and Jack Daniels or
pre-made. Oh my God.
Man, what were you saying about how great your mom is?
Pretty interesting.
You know that, dude, because you can bring water bottles into places.
Yeah.
Oh, and a shit ton. I don't know. Can I say shit? Oh,
yeah, you're fine.
Shit, yeah, you can.
Trust me. F yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. First of all, listen, you know how hard it was for him to say that right now? He's not a big F word guy. I'm the one that usually drops it.
I am outside of this, but then if I'm about to read this letter, like you're gonna like the words are just gonna drop. So it's
bro. A lifetime supply of butt wipes and eye drops.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't even think. Yeah, see.
Yeah, I sent a lot of that. I sent a lot of. I bought little pillows, and I had people write notes, and then I made like little pillowcases, and then I stuffed in just little things like the smell of the laundry soap, or you know what I mean? For all of them, not just him. I sent. They got Thanksgiving stuff. Like 2 months later, and you guys warmed that shit up and ate it anyways.
Yeah, we did.
I sent like brownies and cookies and all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
2 months later.
I'm a zebra cake fan, and my mom sent me.
Oh yeah, I loaded that.
I was like, "Ain't nobody touching the zebra cake." So,
it's the little things that you don't realize what those guys did over there. You know,
right.
They
well, if you guys don't mind, I was because I've been living to want to read this letter to you, Garrett, because
of course, I'd love to hear it.
And then because we're about like we got like 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay.
And I definitely want to talk about what you're doing now. I don't want to pass up on that. So let me move this over so I can see it better, because I'm an old man now. All right, you ready for this? So it's titled "What is a Marine?" So for anybody that might get offended, sucks for you, because right now I don't
It's our
care.
podcast. We do what we
it's our
want.
show. We do what we want.
Sucks for you.
It sucks for you.
Suck
All right. What is a Marine? Between the security of childhood and the insecurity of a second childhood, we find fascinating. Though sometimes conceited group of humans, commonly referred to as Marines, they come in all sorts of sizes, weights, and states of drunkenness. They can be found anywhere, on ship, on leave, in love, and always in jail. Girls adore them, fathers don't trust them, and towns tolerate them. A Marine, the protector of your country, can always be found with a copy of the latest Playboy in one hand and a deck of cards in the other. He has the ambitions of a turtle, the slyness of a fox, the ingenuity of a con man, the stories of a merchant captain, the sincerity of a liar, the aspirations of a Casanova when he wants a sexy broad, paycheck, or a Liberty card, in that order. Some of his likes are girls, dames, women, broads, females, and the opposite sex. He dislikes answering letters on time, wearing his uniform, superior officers, staff NCOs, chow formations, secure heads, getting up on time, work of any sort, cold coffee, wet toilet paper, expensive dates, smart girls, junk on the bunks, field problems, close order drill, PT, guard duty, duty NCO, working late, air alert, short weekends, shipping over lectures, office hours, 2-year input battalions, boots, reserves, Army, Navy, Air Force, and any other candy ass outfits, married PFCs, 12-month corporals, and the United Fund. No one but Marine could carry a little black book, a dozen packs of cigarettes, a photo of pussy galore, a comb he never uses, a church key, his John Wayne photos of his 26 favorite girls, the latest scoop from the second head on the left, an extra set of bootlaces, what's left of his paycheck, all in his hip pocket, and still looks squared away. He likes to spend his money on girls, some on poker, some on booze, some across the tracks, and the rest he blows on cash lot sales, Liberty, and other vital necessities. A Marine is a magic creature. You can lock him out of your home, but never out of your heart. You can scratch him off your list, but not off your mind. You can write him a Dear John, but never mail it. You may say goodbye, but not forever. You can slap him, but you will feel the pain. You might as well give in, baby, for he is your far away from home lover, your one and only good for nothing bundle of joy. All your dreams become insignificant when your Marine looks at you with those bleary, bloodshot eyes and says, baby, I think I love you. So I've been holding on to that for you. I just thought, I read that after, we went through all my dad's stuff. I was like, dude, this is awesome.
Man, I've met your dad quite a few times, and that's awesome. He's a writer, man. That's impressive.
Well, he didn't write. That was in all his paperwork, so I don't think he wrote that. I think that was something they had
distributed back in the.
But it was
back in the day.
I mean, we have a bunch of things about your. Look at there we go. That's a Marine drinking straight out the bottle.
Yeah. And he was so nervous at the beginning.
I know. Look at Mom. She's so proud. Look at the face of pride.
He's
Mad Dog.
Look at his armpits.
Mad Dog 2020. Right?
He's in Oklahoma. There's a lot of humidity, right?
It's very hot.
Right. His house is probably 60 degrees. No lie.
Yeah.
66.
I think Cody's is always that too. So I get it.
Meat.
All right. Well, so we don't run out of time. I do want to talk about what you're doing now.
Yeah.
After talking to you and kind of following you on Facebook, and I love one of the logos I saw, but you now work for a company called Semper Fi Hydroseed.
Yep. Semper Fi Hydroseed, correct?
Yep. So tell us about Semper Fi Hydroseed.
Okay. So I actually worked for a construction company, Crossan Construction, in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Boomer
well,
Rachel,
she grew up there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was our podcast a couple ago, and
she's in Tennessee now, but she's 20 years in the Army.
Yeah.
U.S. Army.
Oh wow! Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah,
for your
she's
Yeah.
amazing. Great attitude. So all right, let's get back to Semper Fi.
So worked for Crossland Construction, a couple of years, was not heavy equipment operator for them, and then I moved into the management position, and I love that company.
Oh, sorry, security's going off in there. Don't worry. So
At the door.
we got 2 Rottweilers, so
No, you're good. I got 2.
Yeah.
I got a lab and a pit.
There you go.
Good. Love that company, and then the love of work turned into actual work. You know what I'm saying? And
Then
I was happy, but
start to lose that love. Start to lose that passion.
Losing the love for your passion that I love what I do.
Right.
And then, met this guy I met this guy. He was actually hydroseeding a job that we were doing, and I was like, "What's this?" And this dude shows up with a truck. On the side of it says Semper Fi Hydroseed, and it has a USMC Bulldog and a drill instructor looking like painting on the side of his truck. It's wrapped.
Right.
And he's like pointing like this, but it's spraying. It's super cool Marine Corp like joke. And I was like, man, this is impressive. And then we started talking, and then became pretty good friends.
Right.
And then he's actually called me 3 times since this thing has began. So he's like, "What are you doing, man?"
Getting in trouble. Make sure you talk about the company.
Right? Yeah. No.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. And we finally. I was just like, one day he called me. He was just like, "Dude, you either need to jump ship, or let's just stop talking about this." And I talked to my wife one day, and she was just like, "Just do it. Just do it. What do you got to lose?"
Right.
I was like, "A lot, honey."
Yeah.
My wife is like, one of my biggest supporters, and she was just like, "Go for it, honey." And I did it, and I'm not looking back.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So right now we are, we hydroseed. So pretty much, wherever dirt work goes on, they bring in, a couple things. But you need grass, to construction, before you turn over your final product to the customer, you want grass to grow and have everything not looking nice,
Right.
That's where, hydroseed comes in, sod comes in, and we do erosion control, which is, stabilization.
Right.
And it's awesome, man. And just
don't forget the insulation. You spray insulation.
Spray foam. Yeah, spray foam. So spray inside of houses, and I really don't do that too much. Haven't really messed with that a little bit, but
you operate all the outside equipment.
Yeah. So which is funny because this is month 2. I've only hydroseeded once, and I've actually got in good with a builder here. It's DR Horton. They're the biggest home production builder in the United States of America for the past 30 years.
Nice.
And we are working for them daily, and they keep us so busy. It's like, it's insane. So super thankful for that. And it's awesome what we're doing. And, veteran owned and veteran operated. And it's something, a passion, that I really have, man. I've had 8 buddies pass away because of suicide.
Dude, first thing I was just going to say something.
Well, and you heard us talk about it's PTSD Awareness Month, right? So, so wow, because when we talk to, because we've had actually a couple. Rachel's from the VA. She works for the VA. She's a peer counselor, and then we've also had Melvin Gatewood, who was a peer counselor as well. And the numbers actually dropped to 7. It was at 22 during the heart of Afghanistan and Iraq. It was up in the 40s. Yeah. And then it dropped to 42, and then now it's at 17, which is still 17 too many.
Yeah.
100%. And and that's why Garrett and Stephanie, this is why we do our show is Eric's wearing the mental health awareness. I
got one of those.
Yeah, baby.
There you go. It's all right. You're wearing the red. You wear your red on Fridays, and remember everyone deployed, right? But our show is all about that piece, and Garrett, I have so many more questions, and we're already. Unfortunately, we kind of have a hard stop because we actually have another interview which we don't do very often, but
Okay.
we have another U.S. Army veteran who's
We're gonna have to
actually
do one of our
first.
round tables.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna. I'm gonna
that.
get
How
you
about
back,
that?
Garrett. You
Okay.
good with that? You good with that?
Yeah.
Heck
All
yeah,
right.
man. Anytime.
Maybe
Hey, you're
we'll do
not you're not gonna spread the love.
Nope.
Wow. Yeah, and here's the thing about our show. Like, this will get posted. It's actually on YouTube right now. It's live on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube. So now you're on the internet forever. FYI.
Dang it. Now I can
But man, if you have, we're always asking our guests if you have anybody to share, that you want to, that has a great story as well. Your family's near and dear to my heart because, obviously I know you. Loved watching you play football because the way you did play, except for is Garrett hurt again? Damn, Garrett's hurt again. So but you always went back in, so it was all good.
Yeah,
right. And man, we appreciate your service. Because we do want to talk about the mental health piece and make sure that you're getting your stuff. But the one thing I do have to do that I would get fired if I didn't do before we end the show is when you're chilling out, and Stephanie, you can come up with an answer as well. When you're chilling out, relaxing, what is your go-to drink? Oh, Eric's going to write down what he thinks your go-to drink is. What's your go-to drink? 2020 Mad Dog.
I don't know what 2020 Mad Dog is.
I can't be that far off.
That's us old people thing.
I'm just saying.
Right? Hey.
I'm not that.
Well, I'm old. I'm old at least. So
I seen my Papa Peters drinking Beam and Coke one day. This was, I was young.
Yeah.
And I'm Jim Beam.
That's the go-to, huh?
Beam and Coke, baby, JB.
Rachel said, "Hey, Garrett, thanks for your service and sharing your story."
Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate it.
Check her out. She's got a great thing going too.
Yeah, and she's gonna have more to come with Project Hope, which is cool. So, Stephanie, how about you? Since you're our extended guest.
No more.
Well, it doesn't have. It's a go-to drink. It does. I mean, we've had.
He took himself
right off camera there.
Oh, sweet tea, baby, sweet tea.
There it is. We finally got sweet tea.
He
normally writes sweet tea down. So
or tea with sugar.
Yeah, or tea. Yeah. He's all. I bet they drink tea with sugar. I'm like, yeah, it's sweet tea.
Yeah.
Sweet tea.
Always
tea with sugar. Oh yeah.
There you go. I actually have some sweet tea in the pizza factory. Sweet tea.
I'm going to
go see Derek today.
Heck yeah.
All right. Stephanie, Garrett, thank you. Garrett, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
We appreciate your time. Man, I was just happy to see you. I was glad. I was glad with your excitement to be on here too. So I appreciate
I was stoked. I've been talking about this to my wife for a week.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. So we'll have to do something. It would be cool to kind of get a group of Marines.
Yeah, we'll do something. We'll get some of the youngers in the middle and the older, and just sit around and BS.
Stephanie, if you go watch, there's actually a new place called American Veterans First in Riverbank, which we've been highlighting a lot.
I saw that. I do. Yeah. Go check that out.
So hold off a little bit because they just moved to the other side of the building. But they have some, for your family and the things, that between your dad and, your family, there's some amazing things to see there.
I do need to say something about that. Last week when I went by there on Friday to pick up my stars, it was the Korean War. It was private first class.
Yeah. The 1950
Brubaker. He was Duke is the CEO there, and he was contacted with this family, and it was a suitcase full of just memorabilia, just everything. The gold star,
silver star.
Damn it. See, I did it again.
It's all good.
The silver star with the purple heart.
And by the way, it was in pristine. And this gentleman, they found out he died in August of 1951. I believe it was August 31st of 1951. They didn't actually find him until 1952.
Yeah.
He was missing in action and found out he died in the previous August. His parents opened the silver star and the purple heart once, and put it away and never opened it again. So
there's
hadn't
envelopes.
seen the light of day.
This was what I was getting at.
Yeah.
There's envelopes on the front that say confirmed deceased, but you flip it over to the back and the letters never open. There's probably 4 or 5 of them and they're just never open. And it was just amazing to step back. I had posted some pictures on my Instagram and Facebook, and I was just like, wow. And that, like, Riverbank, like, it has a jewel. If we can get the people out there, and they're doing some great things. They got a car show coming up too.
Yep.
Well, Garrett's going to be coming home the first. He'll be here the first couple weeks of July, so maybe that's a trip.
Oh,
yeah. Well,
let us know. How about that?
Let us know.
To
go with you because
yeah.
So Duke is a Marine. He's a Vietnam vet from Marine.
Let us know, and we'll go down there. We'll definitely work it in
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right.
But you'll be here the 3rd, right, bub?
Whenever my wife says.
Yeah, I raised him right.
He knows exactly. And Mom will just go to her and not talk to you anymore.
Pretty much.
We know. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll pull you back out,
Appreciate
and then we're gonna end the show really quickly because we do have to get on to another one. So, man, Garrett, it was awesome seeing you, Stephanie.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate
you. I'm glad you can join us and
thank you for
made it added to the story right here in the mom's perspective.
And thanks to everyone in the comments. Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely
love the interaction, man. Thank you.
All right,
thank you, Mike. We'll see you guys.
All right, thanks, guys. Bye.
Later.
Dude, that was awesome again.
I tell you, and now and having the aspect of a youngin.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, and obviously,
I mean, you figure he's a year older than Cody, so he's 28, 29 years old, right? So
that's a good that's a good get right there.
Absolutely, of course.
And to be able to show that. Wow. Sorry, blanked it.
Yeah,
blanked it. Wow.
Hey, that's a good thing when we lose our words, right?
Yeah,
right?
no, and it's just the simplicity.
Well, it just makes me proud because I got to watch him grow up a little bit, and then and watch what he's doing. And when he came back and told me the story, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So we do have to get to Tamara's commercial real quick before we get in trouble.
Tamara Pulido.
And then we will have to get out of here.
We got it. Deuces.
Now for our sponsor, Tamara Pulido with the Finance Group, where they're creating a future where everyone has access to the loan and home they love. Whether you're a veteran, law enforcement, a first-time home buyer, you're up or downsizing, or even if you need to just refinance, our community deserves proficiency and expertise. Better rates, faster close, welcome home. Tamara Pulido, NMLS 1655776. Again, that's Tamara Pulido, and her phone number is 209-204-3795. All right, buddy.
Deuces.
Another night.